Welcome to After Hours, where stories come alive after dark. I'm your host, and tonight, the story continues. Previously on The Inheritance, Marcus Cole received a letter from his dead father. Inside, a key, a burner phone, and a warning. He opened a safety deposit box, found documents that could destroy powerful people, and within hours he was threatened. His wife became a target. And Marcus made a choice. He dialed the emergency number. Now there's no going back. This is episode 2, The Missing Page. I didn't sleep. I lay in bed for 6 hours, staring at the ceiling, listening to Desiree breathe, wondering if the soft rhythm of her sleep would be the last normal thing I'd ever hear. At 5:47 a.m., I gave up pretending. I went to the kitchen, made coffee, sat at the table with my father's documents spread in front of me. In the gray light of dawn, I started to read. Really read. Not just look, but understand. And that's when I realized something was wrong. The documents were organized. My father was meticulous. I remembered that much from childhood. Everything labeled. Everything in order. Account numbers. Wire transfers. Shell company registrations from the Caymans, Luxembourg, Singapore. But there was a gap. Page 47 jumped to page 49. Page 48 was missing. I checked again. Checked the envelope. Checked the floor around my chair. Nothing. My father kept records for 31 years. Thousands of transactions. Hundreds of names. And someone, either him or someone else, had removed exactly one page. The question was, why that page? What was on it? You're up early. Couldn't sleep. I noticed. You were tossing all night. Sorry. Didn't mean to wake you. You didn't. I just felt you not sleeping, if that makes sense. It does. What are those? Work stuff. Audit documents. At 6 a.m.? Big client. Deadline's coming up. Marcus. Yeah? Look at me. I'm looking. No, you're not. You're looking past me. You've been doing that since yesterday. What happened? She knew. Of course she knew. 6 years of marriage had made her fluent in my silences. She could read the spaces between my words better than I could. I got some news. About my father. Victor? He died. 11 days ago. Oh, Marcus, don't, please. I don't need. I'm fine. You're not fine. You haven't spoken to him in 12 years, and now he's dead. And I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. So I'm feeling nothing. And that's what I need right now, okay? Okay. But I'm here. When you're ready. I'm here. I know. I have to get ready for school. We'll talk tonight? Yeah. Tonight. I watched her go, and I hated myself for lying to her. But the truth would put her in more danger than she was already in. At least, that's what I told myself. Desiree left at 7:30. I called in sick to work. First time in 3 years. Then I spread the documents across the dining room table and started building a picture. My father's records went back to 1995. That's when he started working for them, whoever them was. The documents never used a name. No organization. No letterhead. Just account numbers, transfer codes, and amounts. The amounts were staggering. $47 million moved through a shell company in the Caymans in March 2003. $112 million routed from a Luxembourg holding to a numbered account in Singapore in 2008. $89 million in 2015. $156 million in 2019. And those were just the transactions I could understand. Half the documents were in code, abbreviations and reference numbers that meant nothing to me. But my father was an accountant. These records weren't meant to be understood. They were meant to be evidence. Evidence of what? I looked at the burner phone. Still just one contact. Emergency. But the woman had said she'd be in touch. I picked up my regular phone instead. Googled Victor Cole obituary. Nothing. I searched Victor Cole financial consultant. Nothing relevant. I searched Victor Cole, New York. A LinkedIn profile for a retired consultant. No photo, no connections. Last updated in 2019. My father had spent 31 years handling billions of dollars for an organization that didn't exist on paper. And when he died, he left behind exactly 0 digital footprint. That's not an accident. That's professional. I froze. The meeting wasn't until 8 p.m. West 44th Street. Level 3. But the woman had told me not to go. I gathered the documents, shoved them into my messenger bag, grabbed the brass key and the burner phone. Mr. Cole, I know you're in there. Your car is downstairs. Elena Vance, the attorney who delivered my father's letter, the woman my father told me not to trust. I opened the door. Good morning, Mr. Cole. How did you find my address? Your father's file. May I come in? No. Then we'll talk in the hallway. That's fine. But we should talk. About what? About why you're still alive. Excuse me. You opened the box yesterday. Box 1147. At First Union Bank. How do you know that? Because I've been waiting for you to open it for 11 days. Your father's instructions were specific. Deliver the letter, then monitor the box. When you accessed it, I was notified. You said you were retained specifically because you wouldn't ask questions. I said I wouldn't ask what was in the envelope. I didn't say I wouldn't watch what happened next. My father told me not to trust you. He told you not to trust anyone who knew him. That's different. Is it? Mr. Cole, I worked for your father for 19 years. I handled his legal affairs, his estate planning, and a great many things that exist in gray areas. I am not your enemy. Then what are you? I am someone who wants to survive. Just like you. May I come in now? You've been reading the documents. How do you... The dining table. I can see from here. Your father was meticulous. Everything in order. Everything documented. There's a page missing. I know. You know? Page 48. The summary page. What's on it? Names. The only page in 31 years of records that contains actual names. Whose names? The 7. The people at the top. The ones who control the money, the decisions, the outcomes. And you know this how? Because I've been trying to find that page for 8 years. She moved to the window, looked down at the street. Her reflection in the glass looked older than her face. 8 years ago, your father came to me with a proposal. He wanted to leave the organization, walk away. But you don't walk away from these people. You get carried out. So he needed insurance. The documents. The documents prove the money exists. The transactions, the shell companies, the accounts. But without names, it's just numbers. Evidence of a crime with no criminals. Page 48 connects the money to the people. And my father had it? Had it, protected it, kept it separate from everything else. It was his insurance policy, the only thing keeping him alive. But he's dead. Yes. So where's the page? That's the question, Mr. Cole. Either your father hid it somewhere, only he knew, or someone took it from him, the people who killed him. Your father died of a heart attack. Natural causes. Did he? No. Probably not. She turned from the window. For the first time, she looked uncertain. Human. I've spent 8 years trying to bring these people down. Your father was going to help me. He was going to release the documents, all of them, to journalists, prosecutors, anyone who would listen. What happened? He died 11 days before the deadline he set. And you think they killed him? I think they found out. I think someone told them. Who? I don't know. But whoever it was, they have the missing page now. Unless my father hid it somewhere else. That's possible. Then I need to find it. Yes, and you want to help me. I want us to help each other, Mr. Cole. You have the documents. I have 19 years of knowledge about how these people operate. Together, we might have a chance. A chance at what? Survival. Justice. Perhaps both. My father told me not to trust you, and he was right not to. I am not a trustworthy person, Mr. Cole. I've done things that would keep you awake at night. But in this situation, my interests align with yours. I want to bring them down, and I need you to do it. There's a meeting tonight, 8 p.m., parking garage on West 44th. I know about the meeting. The woman on the phone told me not to go. What woman? The emergency contact. On the burner phone. You called the number. Last night. Mr. Cole, that number wasn't meant to be called unless everything else had failed. Everything else has failed. A man called me yesterday, threatened my wife, told me to bring the documents to a parking garage, or... Graham Wexler. Who? The man who called you. His name is Graham Wexler. He handles acquisitions for the organization. Acquisitions. People, information, leverage. He acquires whatever they need. And if I go to the meeting, he'll take the documents. And then he'll take you. Kill me? Eventually. After they're certain you don't know anything else. The woman on the phone told me to stay home. Act normal. Then that's what you should do. And the meeting? Leave the meeting to me. What does that mean? It means I know Graham Wexler. It means I know what he expects. And it means I can buy you time. Why would you do that? Because your father trusted you with these documents for a reason. He believed you could finish what he started. And so do I. Stay here tonight. Keep your phone close. When the woman calls again, and she will, listen to what she says. Who is she? Someone your father helped. Someone who owes him a debt. And someone who might be the only person in this situation more dangerous than Graham Wexler. I'll be in touch, Mr. Cole. I spent the afternoon in a state of controlled panic. I read through the documents again, organized them by year, by amount, by account number, looking for patterns, looking for any reference to page 48. Nothing. I found my father's photos again, the ones from the safety deposit box. Victor Cole, younger than I remembered him, standing with men in expensive suits. I recognized two faces from the news, a senator who died in 2019 and a tech billionaire who was still very much alive. The others were strangers. But in every photo, my father had the same expression. Not quite a smile, more like calculation. He was always watching, always measuring. I used to think that look meant he didn't care. Now I wondered if it meant he cared too much to let it show. It was Desiree. Hey. Hey. How are you feeling? Better. I think I just needed to rest. You needed to process. There's a difference. Yeah. Maybe. I'm staying late tonight. End of quarter paperwork. Friday. She always stayed late on Fridays. The man on the phone had known that. Actually, don't. Don't what? Don't stay late. Come home. Marcus, I have to finish the reports. I know. I want to see you. I want to make dinner. I want us to have a normal night. Are you okay? I will be. When you're home. Okay. I'll leave at 5. Be there by 6. Thank you. Marcus? Yeah? Whatever this is. We'll get through it together. You know that, right? I know. I didn't know. I didn't know anything anymore. But I knew I needed her home before 8 p.m. Before the meeting I wasn't going to attend. Before whatever Elena had planned for Graham Wexler, I started cooking at 5. By the time Desiree walked in at 6:15, the apartment smelled like garlic and rosemary. Like a normal life. Like the life we'd had before yesterday. Oh my God. What is that smell? Chicken marsala. Your favorite. You haven't made this since our anniversary, I know. I figured we were due. What's the occasion? No occasion. Just wanted to do something nice. Marcus Cole. Doing something spontaneous? Who are you? And what have you done with my husband? Very funny. I'm serious. In 6 years, I can count the surprises on one hand. Then, let's start a new count. We ate dinner together. We talked about her students, about a parent-teacher conference that went sideways, about a new curriculum the district was implementing. Normal things, safe things. And the whole time I watched the clock. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45. You keep looking at the time. Do I? You've checked your watch 4 times in the last 10 minutes. Sorry. Old habit. You don't have old habits, Marcus. You barely have new ones. What's really going on? I told you, your father died almost 2 weeks ago. You found out yesterday. And suddenly you're cooking dinner, checking your watch, asking me to come home early. This isn't grief, Marcus. This is something else. 7:52 p.m. 8 minutes until the meeting I wasn't attending. 8 minutes until Elena did whatever she was going to do. 8 minutes until everything changed. And my wife was sitting across from me, looking at me like she could see through every lie I'd ever told her. I'm scared. Of what? Of losing you. Of losing this. Marcus. My father spent his whole life pushing people away. He lost his wife, his son, everyone who ever mattered to him. And I spent 12 years telling myself I was different, that I'd never be like him. But I'm sitting here lying to you, and I can feel myself becoming him. Then don't. It's not that simple. It is. It really is. You're sitting here, looking at me, telling me you're afraid of becoming your father. You know what your father never did? What? This. He never admitted he was scared. He never asked for help. He never let anyone in. You're already different, Marcus. You just can't see it yet. The burner phone. In my jacket pocket, hanging by the door. 8 p.m. What's that? Work phone. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. The client. The one I mentioned. I should take it. Marcus, I'll be right back. Hello? You didn't go to the meeting. You told me not to. I told you it was dangerous. I didn't say you'd listen. What happened? Your lawyer friend showed up instead. Elena Vance. Is she alive? For now. Wexler is confused. He was expecting you. What did she tell him? That you're scared. That you're willing to negotiate. That you need time to understand what you're holding. Is any of that true? The scared part? Yes. The rest? I have no idea. I don't know you, Marcus Cole. I only knew your father. He helped you escape. He told you that? Elena told me. Elena talks too much. But it's true. 8 years ago, I was an operative for the organization. I did things I can't take back. When I tried to leave, they marked me for elimination. Your father saved my life. He falsified records, created a death certificate, gave me money to disappear. He didn't have to do that. He barely knew me. Why did he? He said I reminded him of someone. Who? You? I don't understand. Neither did I. But your father saw something in me, some capacity for changing, for becoming something other than what I was. He said he wished he'd done the same for you, instead of pushing you away. What do you want from me? To finish what your father started. To bring down the people who killed him. How? Find the missing page, the one with the names. I don't know where it is, neither do I. But your father was a planner. He didn't trust anyone completely. Not Elena, not me, not anyone. If he hid that page, he left a way for you to find it. A way that no one else would understand. Something personal. Something only you would recognize. I haven't spoken to him in 12 years. I don't know him anymore. You knew him once. Think back. Think about who he was, what he valued, what he hid. The answer is there somewhere, Marcus. You just have to find it. And if I can't, then Elena's negotiation buys you a few days. A week at most. After that, Wexler stops waiting and starts hunting. And I won't be able to protect you. Can you protect me now? I can try, but I'm one person. They're everywhere. What's your name? It's better if you don't know. Not yet. Why? Because names are leverage. And right now, you have enough leverage to protect. I'll contact you again in 48 hours. Use that time wisely, Marcus. Find the page. Everything okay? Yeah. Just work stuff. You look pale. I'm fine. Really. You know I don't believe you, right? I know. And you know I'll wait until you're ready to tell me what's really going on? I know that too. Then let's finish dinner. And tomorrow we can figure out whatever this is together. I looked at my wife, at her warm eyes, at the trust she was offering me. And I thought about what the woman on the phone said. Something personal. Something only you would recognize. ... My father and I hadn't spoken in 12 years. But before that, before the fight, before the silence, before everything fell apart, we'd been a family. He'd taught me to ride a bike. He'd helped me with math homework. He'd taken me to baseball games. And he'd hidden things, even then. Even when I was a child. I remember finding a locked box in his closet once. A small wooden box with brass hinges. I asked him what was inside. He said, "Memories, Marcus, the kind that need to stay locked away." I was 8 years old. I didn't understand what that meant, but maybe now I did. Desiree? Yeah? Do we still have those boxes from when my mother's estate was settled? The boxes from her storage unit? They're in the basement. Why? I think it's time I finally went through them. Tomorrow I would search those boxes. Tomorrow, I would look for a small wooden box with brass hinges that I hadn't seen in 26 years. And maybe, just maybe, I would find what my father had been hiding all along. The missing page. The names. The key to everything. Or maybe I would find nothing. And the clock would keep ticking toward the moment when Wexler stopped waiting. Either way, I had 48 hours, and the feeling that my father was still guiding me, even from the grave. The story continues tomorrow. Marcus believes the answer lies in his mother's old belongings, but what he doesn't know is that the boxes have already been searched once before, 3 days before his father died, and someone found something worth killing for. Episode 3, The Wooden Box. If you want to find out what happens next, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. New episodes drop every single day. This is After Hours. See you in the dark.